Hi, Elsa.
Hi, Mark.
Elsa, thanks for being with us again today on Recovery After Divorce.
My pleasure.
Appreciate you being here. Elsa's a friend of mine, Elsa Colopy, and I've known Elsa for quite a few years. She actually used to be the single parent director here at Woodman Valley Chapel here in Colorado Springs, but she's also an author and a speaker, and here's just a few of her books. I'm not going to mention them all, but A Singles Mom's Guide to Keeping It All Together, Settling for Less Than God's Best, a relationship checkup for single women, A Woman Who Hurts and a God Who Heals, and a soon-to-be-released book, Pure Love, Pure Life. Is that right?
Yes.
Now, when is that the release date for that book?
January 2012.
Okay. But she's also been the editor of Thriving Family Magazine, a publication of Focus on the Family. She's written for Focus on the Family magazine, Women's World, Family, Christian Singles, and several other magazines and articles around the country. But in fact, those of you who are viewing this today, you might have missed our previous video blog, so I encourage you to go back here on After Divorce 1, the YouTube channel, or go to the Recovery After Divorce website, or wherever else you find this on Twitter or blogs, and look at the previous interviews, because we've covered some great territory. So thank you for those previous interviews, Elsa. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Now, here's a question once again for single ladies. Now, they might be a never married single lady, maybe they're a single parent, but however they got to be in that status, maybe it's new for them. Okay, maybe all of a sudden they're in a world of dating again that they haven't had to think about or consider or have been, and they want to be in a relationship with someone else of the opposite sex. And sometimes we, ladies and men, get involved in relationships that just aren't healthy. And maybe in their heart of hearts they know it's not healthy and it really has no future, but they prolong the inevitable. But they're in there because they think they're going to derive significance from it. At least I belong to somebody right now. I'm not all by myself. And they think someone's going to take their loneliness away or whatever it may be. But could you give a word of encouragement to those single ladies that feel that someone's going to fill the void and answer those kind of questions that maybe is going to be answered somewhere else?
Oh, Mark, I so get that. And when the longing is deep, a lot of times you can tend to overlook things that you really shouldn't overlook. And the mindset is, well, it's better than being alone. It's, we all have our stuff and it's okay. But the reality is when you feel that gut, this isn't right, you need to pay attention to it. Because what's going to happen is, if that's how it is in dating, multiply it by 10 when you marry this person or as the relationship continues.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to get better. It will likely get worse. And what we tend to think is, well, I'm broken, or we have this view of ourselves like we're somehow damaged goods. And so because of that, we should accept damaged goods and be willing to put up with behavior that's not good or healthy. And you need to hear me on this. That as you draw close to God and you let Him heal your heart from the inside out, you are not only not damaged goods, you are a priceless treasure. Now, I know that sounds like, nice Christianese, but it is a true reality. A woman or a man after God's own heart is priceless. They are beautiful. They are handsome. They are a catch. So you do not have to compromise your values. You do not have to compromise your perspective, your faith. You can stand firm in who you are. And God can bring that mate alongside you. You don't even have to worry yourself or get all caught up in what the process will look like. Our God is faithful. If He has it for you, He can bring it alongside you, and you will not have to compromise.
Elsa, earlier you just mentioned that we get involved, regardless of the gender, in an unhealthy relationship, and we settle for bad love than no love at all.
Right.
And people seem to be desperate, and then other people exploit that desperateness, regardless of the gender. And sometimes we don't even see that. But tell us a little bit more about that longing that either gender has to want to belong to someone because they think their significance is going to come from somebody hanging around them.
Right.
And I know you kind of touched on it a little bit, but could you speak a little bit more about, tell us more about that longing that we all have, but sometimes, unfortunately, it's misplaced.
Right. And it's, again, we've been told all along that our identity will come when we get married. When you get married, the
Walt Disney thing,
the
right?
happily ever after, this is what's going to make life right. And when it doesn't, we're just absolutely left crushed. The longing is real. You don't need to feel guilty about longing for companionship. What you want to be careful of is that you're not compromising your values to fulfill that longing. And the primary thing is to make sure your love tank, who you are, your value is defined by God's view of you. And again, that can sound like a little bit of Christianese, like, oh, what does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
But if you get plugged into healthy, godly community, they'll help you understand what that means. It is a reality. When you know that you are loved by a good, gracious, kind God who knows everything about you and loves you still, everything in your life is transformed. And you will not settle for someone who is unhealthy or who doesn't treat you in the way that God sees you.
That's good. Elsa, thanks so much for your time these last few interviews. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Thank you. And by the way, Elsa, as we're chatting here at the last part of this interview, if they look at this video, they'll look below wherever they're seeing this video, they'll see your website and also the other website I referred to earlier where they can connect and see these blogs or more information about who you are and your books and all those other kind of things.
Awesome.
So thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.